Henry was down on his luck after years of alcohol abuse and running around with different gangs. He started when he was about 8, beating up a poor innocent bystander for him to do some sort of gang initiation. As he grew older, he got more into the gangland lifestyle, but drugs and alcohol took his soul with everything else his demons were destroying. He was walking down the street one day and sat down and started drinking to pass a few hours away. People always walked past, getting on with their busy lives. He didn't ask people for money. He was still into petty crime and muggings here and there, so that's how he funded his drug and drink habit. He wouldn't blame people passing him. He knew he was the type that people would no way like to meet down a dark alley, and they wouldn't be wrong. He would stab a person for $20. With all that said, he was very surprised to see a man dressed in all black stop and ask him was he okay. He spoke to Henry for about 5 minutes, and Henry told him he used to be a builder, which was partly true. Henry did do a bit of building here and there when he used to run with gangs. The man seemed to be impressed with Henry and offered him work. He told Henry, "I have a job for you. Do you make some money for yourself? I need a new house built out in the countryside, and I would love you to build it for me. I will fund it all, of course, but one thing, please don't spare anything. I will foot the bill, so I want the best of everything in that house. The best heating, the best bricks, or whatever else it takes to have the best of the best." Henry's face lit up and he said, "Of course, I know all the best ways to make the best house for you. You'll have the best house in town." Over the next few months, Henry was building the house and was given a nice sum of money for doing it. He put his idea into plan by asking the man for money for the most expensive ways of building the house, but keeping most of the money for himself and building it the cheapest way he could. He spent the extra money on drink and drugs and partying every time he wasn't building the house. He also took his time building it to stretch out the money he was getting from the strange man. A few months later, the house was built, and Henry told the man he didn't spare anything building the best house he could for him. The man smiled and said, "Henry, you were so good and such a great worker. I must congratulate you. The reason I told you don't spare anything building the best house is because that house you just built, Henry, is all yours. You can move in today if you like." Henry was beating himself up inside, knowing that if he had known the house was going to be his, he would have used the man's money for the best of everything. A few weeks later, Henry was in the kitchen, drinking coffee, when he suddenly noticed a leak in the ceiling. Suddenly, the roof caved in and the whole house fell down, burying Henry under the rubble.